What other organizations are also using this type of role, considering their employees as consumers, and what has the result been?
Yeah, so we're starting to see this description, the employee experience officer, employee experience director, emerge across a number of companies. In fact, I was just recently in Dublin, and I had met the director of employee experience for Arthur Andersen Worldwide. And so that was a new appointment that that company had made. Actually, I think it's now called Accenture. And that's an appointment that that company had made in recognition of this trend. So we're starting to, it's not one or two companies, it's now prevailing across a number of different types of companies. It's in the, let's call it the Silicon Valley companies. It's showing up in some of the financial services institutions. It's showing up in some of the consulting companies. So we're seeing it almost spread across multiple industries. And that's when you know you have a real trend going on.
Have you seen any measurable impacts from the change versus what it was prior?
Yeah. So what these companies report to us is that they look at the quintessential metric that they're often using is the employee engagement surveys. And if you think about employee engagement is really, culture is how we do things around here. And engagement is almost how do we feel about how things are done around here. And it's the single best metric to look at as to how companies feel or about how their environment or their company or their colleagues or their leaders are treating them. And so companies who have gone down the path of specifically improving the employee experience have seen very measurable differences in a positive way on the results from their employee engagement surveys, employee satisfaction surveys, and then that's resulting in much lower rates at which people depart the company, much higher retention rates.
Is there anything else that they're striving for by employing some of these maybe new programs and processes? So lower turnover is one of them, higher engagement, you mentioned, is another one. Anything else that they're trying to strive for?
Sure. The ultimate objective of a business is you want to strive for improved productivity from your workers. We're not in the business. Yes, we benefit from happy workers, but the objective is not to necessarily make the workers happy for the benefit, for the sake of having them be happy. We want happier workers to be more engaged in order to get better business outcomes. And so the macro trend of what we're seeing is employees are just working differently now, have different expectations around autonomy, around how they expect to be led, around the space in which they work in, around how the technologies they use to get their work done. So if you want to impact the employee experience, you can actually affect the various components. And we did identify a number of components. You can impact the various components of the employee experience, and it is leading to better business outcomes as people can just do their job with almost a lighter step and with more purpose and with more of a sense of goal attainment on behalf of how their goals are aligned to the company goals.